Hi, this is Joni Barrett with Out the Box Mind Body Studio, and I'm going to show you a really great exercise that incorporates a hip hinge and a shoulder piece. So we're going to go through this exercise. I'm going to go through it really slow and talking about all the different pieces, and then I'm going to show the exercise in real time. And remember, with most of these, the slower you go, the better, because the more you're going to notice what's happening within your own body. So just a little bit of our anatomy before we begin is lower transverse abdominis. You're going to find those hip points and wrap to the midline. You really have to keep an awareness that you have this muscle. Upper transverse abdominis, especially because this is going to involve the arm, needs to be with you as well. So it's below the rib cage, above the hip points, and it wraps to the midline. And then we're going to want to think about those hip pockets too. So when we hip hinge, we need to make sure that those deepen. And I'm going to turn to the side just so that you can see it from the side as well. So the first piece is the hip hinge. So we're going to think about pressing those hip pockets back. If you'll notice, the butt starts to travel behind the heels. Hip hinging is one of the most important moves that you can really learn in terms of staying active throughout your life. At some point on the hip hinge, you're going to feel like your abdominals need to engage a little more. So draw those towards the midline. You're welcome to bring the hands down the backs of the legs just as a way to kind of track what's happening. So you're going to feel hamstrings. You'll feel the backs of the knees. At this point, you shouldn't feel like the knees are locked, but you would like the legs to be straight. If you get here and there's a bend, let the butt travel behind the heels. And then you can carry on, and if going all the way down to the ankles is not in your body today, no biggie. You can stop at any point on the leg. And then when you start to come the other direction, it's the same thing. You're going to start to slide up. You're going to notice the hamstrings are working for you now, so you might even notice a little bit more tone as you come up. And then I'm going to turn back to the front. So as we start to come to the butt, we're going to start to flip and think about the shoulder piece. So we're just going to roll the hands. Then we're going to let the thumb trace the sides. You'll feel your rib cage. You're going to continue to trace up towards the top of the shoulder. And when you come to the top of the shoulder, pause and just make sure that you still have your abdominals with you, lower and upper. And then you're going to take the hands and you're just going to slide them to the back of the head so that the backs of the palms are together and fingertips are still touching the body. And then you're just going to trace with the backs of the pinkies the back of the skull. And as you come to the very top of the head, you'll feel the fingers leave. The backs of the fingers stay together. And continue to reach until finally at the very top, each of the fingers unfurls and you're all the way up overhead. Now, if you get to this place and having the hands together is not comfortable, you can separate the arms out. And then we're just going to bring those arms back down through, and we'll be back to the top of where we started. So I'm going to show that in real time as you go through. So we're going to start here, push the butt back. Trace down the backs of the legs. I notice right there my abs need a little bit more, so I draw to the midline. Continue to trace down, stopping anywhere along the legs that's better for you. Keep contact with the body. And reverse direction. I notice now my hamstrings are needing to work a little bit more, so that's a good thing. As I come up and slide the hands to the butt, that's my cue to start to bring the hands around. Trace the ribs, and I find my shoulders. I notice my abs need to engage a little bit more. I come to the back of the skull, and I start to reach up and out, just tracing that skull. It really helps keep the head where it needs to be. My fingers come up very last. I can choose hands together or hands apart. And then I bring the arms back down and through. So that's a really nice way to incorporate hips and shoulders and get a really nice elongation through the entire body. So play with it, and you can let me know what you think. So this is Joni Barrett, Out the Box Mind Body Studio. O2BFit.com is the website. You can go and like some more videos at the YouTube channel, Out the Box Mind Body Studio, Facebook page, Out the Box Mind Body Studio, and we'll see you guys next time. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.